Hello, welcome once again to Teacher on YouTube Online Media, and I wish to warmly welcome you to our today's lesson. And before heading on, I wish to kindly remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel in case you have not done so, for you to get connected with our lessons here on this YouTube channel. Well, our today's lesson centers on English structure and a specific part of it from which we are going to have a discussion on it is question tags. Dear listeners, before continuing, I wish to introduce the following sentences for you to familiarize a bit about this lesson of today. The first sentence reads, "You haven't seen Mary today, have you?" It was a good film, wasn't it? Dear listeners, from the above examples, phrases "have you" and "wasn't it" are question tags. Then what are the question tags as far as in English structure is concerned? Question tags are mini questions that we often put on the end of a sentence in spoken English. Many questions that we often put on the end of a sentence in spoken English are what we call question tags. In question tags, we use an auxiliary verb, and the common ones are have, was, were, and so on. We normally use do, does, did for the present and past simple as categories of tense. For example, Karen plays the piano. Karen plays the piano. The question tag here is doesn't she? And the possible answer on this question, the possible answer on this sentence is well. Yes, but not very well. Another example, you didn't lock the door. The question tag here is did you? And the possible reply to this phrase is no, I forgot. Dear listeners, normally we use a negative question tag after a positive sentence. This is the most important rule to consider. We normally use a negative question tag after a positive sentence. For example, Mary will be here soon. Mary will be here soon. The question tag here is won't she? Another example, there was a lot of traffic. The question tag here is wasn't there? Another example, Jimmy should pass the exam. The question tag here is shouldn't, shouldn't he? Another important rule to consider is that a positive question tag is used after a negative sentence. A positive question tag is used after a negative sentence. For example, Mary won't be late, or Mary will not be late. The question tag here is will she? They don't like us. The question tag here is do they? You haven't got a car. The question tag here is have you? Well, note that it is better to note the meaning of yes and no in answer to a negative sentence. It is better to note the meaning of yes and no in answer to a negative sentence. For example, you are not going out today. Are you? The possible reply here, in case someone says yes, someone replies yes, I am going out. In case someone says no, then the reply must be no, I am not going out. Dear listeners, the meaning of a question tag depends on how you say it. It is the most important thing to consider here. The meaning of a question tag depends on how you say it. So the way you say a phrase, the way you say a sentence determines the meaning of a question tag. That is to say, if your voice goes down, you are not really asking a question. That is to say, you are only inviting the listener to agree with you. For example, it is a nice day. It is a nice day. Isn't it? Remember, this is not a question tag because your voice has gone down. And the possible reply here is yes, lovely. Another example, Tim does not look well today. Does he? This is not the question tag. Rather, you are inviting for the listener to agree with you. Does he? She is very pretty. She is very pretty. She has got a beautiful eyes. Hasn't she? But if the voice goes up, it is a real question. And here is where now we get the concept of question tag. If the voice goes up, it is a real question. For example, you haven't seen Mary today, have you? Pay attention to the phrase have you. This is a question tag. Have you? Then the possible reply here is no, I am afraid not. No, I am afraid not. We often use a negative sentence going with positive tag. We often use a negative sentence combined or going with positive tag, mainly to ask for things or for information. For the sake of information, for the sake of confirmation, we normally use question tag. But also can be used to ask somebody to do something. The voice goes up at the end of the tag in sentences like this. Here goes examples of them. You haven't got a pen. You haven't got a pen, have you? And the possible reply here might be yes, here you are. You couldn't do me a favor, could you? The possible reply here is it depends what it is. You don't know where Karen is. The possible reply here is the question tag here is do you? And the possible reply here is sorry, I have no idea. Listeners, note the following most important rules as far as question tag is concerned. Consider the following. After let's or after letters, the question tag is shall we? Sentences containing or consisting the phrase letters. Then the question tag must be shall we? For example, let us go for a walk. The possible question tag here is shall we? Let's go for a walk, shall we? But also, dear listeners, note that after the imperative do or don't do, etc., the tag is usually will you. The tag is usually will you. For example, open the door. The question tag here is will you. Note that we say aren't it or am I not. For example, I am late. Aren't I? I am late. Aren't I? Thank you so much for maximum attention as far as this lesson is concerned. And I kindly insist for you to remain here as far as some other English lessons and literature lessons. You got the actual place as far as English and literature lessons. Thank you for your maximum support and attention. Bye.